Hey guys, Lori here. I'm here today to do a non-spoiler discussion, I guess, about Roar by Cora Carmack. This is the first book in her first ever fantasy series for young adults. Normally she's like contemporary. I got this at BookCon. I got to meet Cora and she was amazing. I've heard about this through Book Hype. This is their July book club pick of the month, and on the podcast that I am on, Bookish Things and More, we are also talking about Roar. So a lot of Roar discussion will be going on this month, but I cannot put into words how much I adored this book. The cover is stunning. This is such a pretty cover, but I love this book. I gave this book 5 stars easily. It's the first fantasy book that I've read in like a while that didn't fit into a trope that I hate. Because I think it makes the story so predictable, but it took that trope, which is like people finding out that they're really magic when they thought that they weren't, in a specific way, and they kind of turned that kind of on its head, and I like that. I thought it had a very similar feel to the Truth Witch series by Susan Dennard, but I really loved it. I've been craving magic books like there's no tomorrow. I've been on a big Buffy season 6. I think I've said this like 27 times. I'm on a big Buffy kick and I'm on season 6 and that's a lot of focused on magic. So I've been really, really craving like magic books and this was like amazing. But I love the main character. So it's a multi-perspective novel and you follow like, let's say between 6 and 7 characters. And the main character in this is Aurora and she's a princess and she lives in this town named Pava and she is set to get married to this guy from an opposing kingdom because she unfortunately has no storm magic in her. And that is the only way that her, country can survive because they are constantly attacked by storms. And a couple of things that happen that turn her life kind of on its head and she gets wrapped up in this other world, but it is such a good story, so well told. And I just loved Cora Carmack's writing, and I thought it was so well done. The world building was so easy to understand, and sometimes when you're thrown in a world where everyone understands it, a good example is Truth Witch. You get a little bit lost, but this world building was spectacular. There definitely is romantic elements. I wouldn't classify this book as like a love triangle, but it has romantic undertones for a couple of different characters in it, but I really loved it, and I love the character of Aurora, or they call her Roar, which is why the book is named that. I just really liked her. I thought that the amount of pressure she felt and the amount of, like, depression she had for the character that's, like, in the start of the book, like, how she felt, was really, really well done. And I thought that the various magical elements that you got in the story, including storm magic, unnatural magic, was really, really well done. And I just really enjoyed it. And it was a very, very fast-paced read. And I just was easily engrossed by it. But I think Cora's world building and the characters she created and the male characters, I've heard many people say that her male leads make you swoon. And I definitely felt that about Locke because I really liked him. And I just love the relationship between all of the hunters that Cora met throughout this novel because I thought that was really good. And her former friend was another really interesting thing. And I loved all the perspectives that we got. It was just so well done. And there was like one element in the story that really will become big in book 2 in the series, I would imagine. But the way she left breadcrumbs was just so well done. And I really, really enjoyed it. And it's probably one of the best fantasy books I've read this year, and that's saying a lot because I do read a lot of fantasy, but I simply adored this book. So if you have not picked this book up yet, I highly recommend it. I am going to do a non-spoiler review on my blog, but if you guys have picked up this book, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of it, if you guys were as impressed as I was. I'll definitely be checking out book 2, and hopefully maybe I'll get to check out some of other Cora's books. I have a few on my list that I really would love to check out. Again, Book Hype Kristen. If you're watching this, Kristen, you give the best book recommendations. But yeah, so I really, really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend that you guys check it out. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!